Thistleberry, Vermont, was the kind of town that made postcards jealous. Nestled between sleepy hills and hemmed in by maple forests, it was known for Sunday pie contests, hand-painted mailboxes, and gossip that traveled faster than broadband. But one week in early October, something disrupted the peace. Something odd, persistent, and deeply baffling. Someone or something was stealing only the left shoes from doorsteps. Detective Marla Finch was no stranger to strange. She wasn't your typical gumshoe. A former city cop turned private investigator, Marla had moved to Thistleberry 2 years earlier after burnout and a broken engagement. With her trench coat, silver pixie cut, and a notepad never far from reach, she quickly built a reputation for solving small-town mysteries that local law enforcement dismissed as nuisance calls. But this case was different. It started innocently enough. Mrs. Opal Honeycutt, 76 and known for her lethal rhubarb pie, called Marla one foggy morning in a panic. "Someone's taken my left gardening clog," she said over the phone, breathless. "It's the green one with polka dots." "Sentimental, that one." Marla raised an eyebrow. "Just the left one? Clean gone. I always leave them side by the door." Marla was ready to chalk it up to forgetfulness, until 2 days later, other calls trickled in. Hank Prothero's cowboy boot was gone. Only the left. Elise Darnell was missing the left of her purple Crocs. Even Father Calhoun reported a vanished left leather sandal from his porch. By the end of the week, 13 people had reported missing left shoes. No pairs, no other signs of burglary. All taken overnight. All from porches or back steps. Marla opened a fresh case file and scribbled across the top, "Operation. Left behind." She went to work, canvassing neighborhoods, taking down notes and photos. She mapped out each theft. No clear pattern emerged. Different streets, different shoe brands, different victims. The only link? All shoes had been neatly placed outside. All were left shoes. Marla shared her findings with Wally, the owner of the town's hardware store, and her unofficial sounding board. "It's too weird to be a prank," she muttered, sipping hot cider on his porch. "Maybe it's a message," Wally offered. "What kind of criminal mastermind steals left shoes to send a message?" Wally shrugged. "The kind with a really weird grudge?" Marla wasn't convinced. She decided to set up surveillance. For 3 nights. She staked out houses that had previously been hit, armed with a thermal camera, her notebook, and her basset hound Baxter. But nothing happened. Then on the 4th night, just past 2 a.m., her camera picked up movement outside Mr. Lanning's house. The town librarian and owner a particularly neat pair of blue slippers. The motion was low to the ground. Small. Fast. Marla zoomed in. A raccoon. Not just any raccoon. This one was dragging a slipper. Baxter stirred and Marla squinted. It was the left slipper. "Gotcha," she whispered. The raccoon noticed her light and froze, then bolted into the woods, slipper still clenched in its tiny paws. At dawn, Marla and Baxter followed the trail behind the granary. Deep in a maple grove, beneath the roots of a hollow tree, they found the mother lode, a raccoon den filled with over 30 left shoes, neatly arranged in a semicircle, as if on display. Sneakers, sandals, loafers, boots, even a sequined kitten heel. Marla took photos, then carefully collected the shoes. She couldn't help but chuckle. "Roger," she said, naming the raccoon on the spot. "You're a collector, and weirdly organized." That afternoon, she called a town meeting at the community hall. Curious locals filled the folding chairs, clutching their coffee mugs. "I know many of you have been concerned," Marla began, flipping on a projector, "but I'm here to tell you the mystery is solved." The crowd gasped as a photo of the raccoon appeared, slipper in its mouth, eyes wide like it had been caught red-pawed. "The thief," Marla said with a smile, "is a raccoon I've named Roger. He's not dangerous, just has a soft spot for left shoes. We don't know why. Maybe he's artistic. Maybe he's planning a one-leg fashion show. But he's definitely not human." Laughter rippled through the hall. Over the weekend, Marla organized a shoe return day in the town square. Locals came by to reclaim their missing soles, some grateful, others amused. A few even admitted they'd forgotten how bad their missing shoe smelled. Roger the raccoon became a local legend. A mural of him was painted behind the bakery. The cafe started selling left-foot latte specials. Children dressed as raccoons for Halloween. For Marla, the case was a welcome reminder of why she left the gritty big city crimes behind. She still kept her badge in a drawer, but in Thistleberry, justice had a softer touch, and often came with a good story and a hot drink. That evening, she sat on her porch with Baxter, sipping tea as the wind rustled the leaves. Somewhere in the distance, a raccoon scampered through the underbrush, perhaps still searching for the perfect left shoe. Marla smiled. Woman Detective, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this cozy crime tale from Thistleberry, don't forget to thumbs up, like, speech balloon, comment, bell, click the bell icon. White heavy checkmark, subscribe for more quirky mysteries from Heartless Real Crime.